In yesterday's episode, Tom Huynh talked about the difference in the Northland tungsten jig versus other tungsten jigs and lead. This is In Through the Outdoors, and I'm your guide, Jason Walter. Northland certainly seems to have a superior manufacturing process. I would have to say Northland Fishing Tackle went the extra mile to make sure they had a superior product. If you missed yesterday's episode, Tom talked about Northland mixing their tungsten powder with another metal rather than plastic. It makes a ton of sense. The job of a jig is to fall quickly. If you add metal to metal, it gets heavier. I suppose some scientists would argue that it would depend on which metal, but some are lighter and some are heavier. If you mix plastic with the metal, obviously it's going to be lighter and a little more buoyant. A tungsten jig serves two purposes off the top of my head. Tungsten is heavier than lead, and tungsten is certainly safer for the environment than lead. But with all the hype and hoopla, does it really matter? I don't know. With everything, there's a pro and there's a con and there's a gimmick that is made to sell. I think the Northland tungsten jigs are an exception, and that's probably because Tom Huynh put a lot of time and research into helping them create that tungsten jig. I tested the Northland jig against a Lindy lead rig. I tapped both the tungsten and lead on my teeth to see what kind of clicking sound I would get, and I was surprised they're basically the same. I tied each jig to 6-pound mono and drug it across rocks, and interestingly enough, the Northland tungsten jig transmitted more vibration through the mono than the regular lead jig. Was it the tungsten? I think the genius in the jig is the matte finish. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. I'm Jason Walter, and that's In Through the Outdoors. Be safe, and thanks for listening. There's more In Through the Outdoors on my YouTube channel at Jason Walters In Through the Outdoors. Please hit subscribe while you're there, and check out Between Hooksets live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and get both wherever you dabble in podcasts.